She's quite incredible. And you see her at the front of the room. She is a designer extraordinaire. She has designed incredible and unique um, jewelry. Right. And I don't know, it's eclectic and it's quite fascinating. I'm encouraged by her work and I'm encouraged that she keeps moving forward. And is quite unique in its deliberation. And we thank you for where you are and what you're doing. And we thank you for how you're working with things. This is Grace Park, and you see her amazing work. And thank you so much for being with us. She's a she's a professor by trade, and she does that on the side. So tell us, share with us. Grace, the floor is yours.
Right. Well, thanks for having me. So I'm the designer behind Beadwork, and I've got some samples of my work on my backdrop behind me. And just the fun fact, so that's all gemstones and glass beads. There's virtually no metal except for the clasp on necklace and sterling silver earring findings, but otherwise that's all glass beads and gemstones. And it can be some pretty interesting engineering to make those designs actually work. But I've been doing this for 22 years, and my inspiration comes from a lot of art and architecture from around the world. And my pieces come to you shipped in reusable bags made from repurposed clothing. I know it's today's Earth Day, and one of my core values is sustainability. And I know that textile waste is a huge problem. So when I have clothing that's stained or super damaged, rather than just tossing it into a landfill or overwhelming textile with the textile waste situation, I just repurpose them into drawstring bags, which also lends well to making them gift ready. Yeah, that's a little bit about my brand.
Okay. Yeah, and as a matter of fact, we've been cultivating or collaborating on this. She's doing a chosen selection of work of the pieces that were stolen from the Louvre. You
Yep.
know,
And
yeah, I've gotten copies of them. There must be eight significant pieces, and we're going to actually do a version of them. And so, but there you can see they're quite unique.
and so this is kind of the
Oh,
crude, yeah, outline of what they look like right now.
oh, so you've begun to work on them. Great, 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 great. So we're
Yep. And
excited
so
about
there's going to be yeah, a bit of engineering. So what the visions in my head might have to okay, physics is not on my side, might have to go back to the drawing board, and
it. Well, that's part of the
that's half the
process.
fun.
And it is. That's part of the process. As a matter of fact, quiet as it's kept, you may be the only one that's doing this, and there may be significant, unique capacities for them. And
Oh,
so
absolutely.
I'm encouraged by that. And you know, all jewelry has a significance of what they mean to us. More importantly, jewelry and what it means to us is even more brilliant than what other people may see and know. So we're encouraged by your work, and we want to make sure that as a partner and as a contributor here on Brightside, that our customers will see. And she's sponsored for a few times at each one of our events, and so wearing her stuff will have some special significance. So thank you, Grace, for that.
Thank you.
Thank you for your contribution, and thank you for who you are and what you mean to us. Now, coming up, we'll probably do some unique other things about your stuff.
Yeah,
And so,
next month is Mother's Day, so we'll get together and do a planning session about Mother's Day, and we usually do like a virtual high tea for mothers, and so we'll talk about even Peg's book would be great for mothers as well. So just let's look at all the pieces. We got a few minutes before the Butwin group arrives, so please stay on. We've got a whole lot of people coming at 7, and you're welcome to do another introduction of to a larger group. So share with me on the screen what's the jewelry out there. I love
The
the
jewelry.
mustard. Yeah, the yellow. It looks great. Yeah.
Yeah, so that one is uses carnelian, and I've always been fascinated by ancient Egyptian culture, and a lot of the really exquisite jewelry commonly worn by ancient Egyptian royalty that you see in museums. And I know I could never hold a candle to that. So instead of trying to make a knockoff, instead it's like, okay, use that as a jumping off point. And this carnelian one's kind of fun, features carnelian focal stones and then loops of beadwork with a central drop. That was
Yeah,
inspired by ancient Egyptian. And then this one was inspired by Moroccan bridal jewelry. Oftentimes, Moroccan brides will wear these really intricate silver necklaces, and I reimagined it with crazy lace agates and beadwork to create that similar symmetrical shape.
nice, very pretty. And the bracelets are very stretchable, and any person can wear them. So that's very unique as well. And she sends it in a beautiful box as well. So the presentation is fabulous. As you send it, and the earrings. Tell us a little bit about those.
So the earrings are made with the sterling silver hook, and this one over my left shoulder. Those are the pagoda earrings. Another place that's always piqued my interest is Southeast Asia, where they have those really ornate pagoda structures. And about a little over 20 years ago, I was just like, started experimenting with 3D designs. And my mind went, hey, why don't we make a 3D shape with beads? I kind of instead was like, oh, no metal, no problem. And I revisited this again in 2024, where I made a more polished version of it. But these are fun. They have kind of a 3D shape.
Nice. So I've got 5 minutes. Let me stop recording.